that's gonna be fun.
So you're just fully a magician then?
Fine. For my next trick,
Okay, there's a lot going on here, but this is the actual for-real deal. Never been on this before. First ride ever on this bike, and I'm a little scared. Mostly because I gotta do something about this dirt bike suspension, because it is really cushy, and I don't know if I want this. But besides that, we're gonna go. Back engine only, obviously. They're not coupled together. Gas on. For the internet, this is a test tank. It's for testing. It won't be there later. That seems to be very important to a lot of people. All right, here we go. Okay, kick start. Oh, there it goes again. All right, well, I should have zip tied that. All right, kick start. Kick. Oh boy, here we go. All right, so I didn't make it up the hill. I think I don't know. It conked out, so we're gonna look into that later. And then the brake is doing something really weird. I only got the rear one, so probably need to put the front brake on. But yeah, I mean, I went around in a circle. That's cool. Yeah. First test ride was eventful. we ended up getting, I didn't get up the hill. The moment I turned up the hill, it kind of just stalled out. But I think, so what happened was the tank actually kicked up. I didn't notice it. And I think I just starved it for fuel and it just cut out. So I stuck this little, I taped this little piece of wood here so that the tank stays level even when I'm moving. And that should fix the fuel problem, number one. Number two is, when I hit the rear brake, it was like kank, 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 kank. So, didn't know what it was. Didn't like trying to stop with it. And if you didn't notice, you know, again, I live on a hill, so if I gotta come back at any point, at some point I'm going downhill, and it's pretty steep. So I need at least a brake. So then I'm like, okay, cool. Easiest thing to do is throw the front brake on, no problem. But what I forgot was I threw on what I thought was the GS550 front end, and it actually was the 750 front end. Couple differences. The spacing. The spacing for the brake is different than the 550. So I couldn't just throw the 550 brake on. And then when I went to get the 750 brake, I didn't realize that the brake disc itself, because it's a single-sided front brake, and this is a double-sided, that the 750 brake wouldn't physically fit on the brake disc because it was, the disc itself was bigger. So when you have, I'm guessing that, I just found out, when you have a double disc, the rotors are actually shorter. And when you have a single disc, they use a bigger one. So, all that done, couldn't just simply swap the 550 front end on, because the 550 still uses the single ball bearing, right? So it doesn't use a modern cage bearing. It uses single ball bearings, and I hate those, because the moment you take it apart, all the ball bearings go flying, and I can never find them all. So I was not going to use the 550 triple tree. Luckily, again, and this is stuff that no one else really needs to know, unless you're building a Frankenstein of a bike. Luckily, the fork tubes, the diameter of the fork tube for a 550 and a 750 are the same. So I was able to slide the 550 forks into the 750 triple tree, keep the modern bearings. Super happy about that. Everything went together, and the biggest bonus is that if you look, didn't realize this either, but the 550 is a good 2 inches shorter than the 750. So now I got the stance that I actually want. So yeah, win-win all around. I took the long way to get there. Yeah. Oh. So, where you go? Also figured out the problem with the rear brake was that this guy right here was missing. So at some point, one of the previous owners, I don't know, wallowed this out, knocked it off. There's the bushing is not there anymore. So when you hit the brakes, the bolt just moves back and forth, which is what caused that. And it wasn't even vibration, it was bad. Because the drum brake itself was moving like this the whole time. Back and forth. So yeah, that's awesome. So I'll swap this guy in to get a rear brake. But in the meantime, the front brakes obviously will do. Sweet. All right, all changes made. Here is test ride number 2. Gas on. Nothing else to turn on. Here we go. Nope. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. With just one engine. Okay. Awesome.